Guys, you're stepping into your Renaissance era. And this is very exciting. This is very exciting because if you guys know anything about Renaissance, it actually originated back in the 1600s. Well, it started to fade in the 1600s, but it's a very old concept. And the core root of that word itself means rebirth. It's a rebirth and it's a reset in all things pertaining to art, culture, music, how you move, your hobbies, your thing. So this is going to be both on a micro and a macro level. And if you remember, I was watching the interview that Nia Long and Kiki Palmer had, where Kiki Palmer asked Nia Long, hey, why do you think that people are so obsessed with your particular era? You know, back in the 90s where everything was still fashionable, everything was like, do you think it's just because of how you grew up? And sometimes that's how you kind of cling on to your childhood and it's a bit of a habit. And Nia Long said something powerful and important and very true. She said, it had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with the fact that it was a Renaissance era. It was the beginning of everything. So everything was new. Music was new. It was one of the first few times that hip hop was being introduced into the culture and being culturally accepted. So that made it more fun. It was one of the first few times that Black people were starting to enter into the entertainment industry and more opportunities were starting to open up. It was the first time that like the NWA was here, so everything was more ratchet. It was more, we could have more fun and more freedom because everything was new. It was the beginning. And so a lot of the times people try to recreate and have so much of a nostalgia for the 90s because they're trying to recreate that sense of the first time the wave came in, trying to chase that first high. Because when everything is in the beginning stages, you get to set trends. You get to try new things because there's no limits. There's no such thing as no. Because no one knows what the boundaries are. How could you know what the boundaries are? It's new. You have no idea what you can and cannot do. It's one of those things where you get to just jump in and see what works, see what doesn't work, and have fun with it. And that's what this is. Both on a micro and a macro level, is a Renaissance era. It's a new beginning for you. And for a lot of you guys, I've been channeling the beginning stages of fame. I don't know if you all have ever sat back and really thought about what that means, but the beginning stages of becoming famous, if you listen to a lot of interviews with these people, they say that's the fun part. The fun part is when you first start out as an artist, when you first start out doing this new thing. That's the fun part. And if you listen to it, this doesn't have to just be for like artists or recording or, music producers or any of that. This can be like for people like YouTubers, content creators. If you listen to their story, you'll understand why they say, I was just having fun with it. In the beginning, this was just fun for me. It was fun because it was an exploration of all of these different gifts and talents and creative ideas that I had, and just throwing my crazy and throwing my funny into it and just having fun with it. And it started off being something just for me. It just so happened to blow up and resonate with people. That is exactly what you're about to step into. And for a lot of you guys, this, unbeknownst to you, this is the beginning stages of fame. You're about to step into an entirely different era of your life, similar to the Renaissance era. Because you're about to step into this exploration of your creativity. For a lot of you guys, you may just be stepping into this in terms of just one thing. Like, for example, with me, right? I have been recording tarot messages and just channeled messages, right? And that's what I've been doing for a really long time now. And if I'm being completely transparent with you, there is a part of me that feels like this is the only avenue that I can take that's going to make me money, that's going to make me successful, because this is what people know me for, right? There's a very real part of me that wants to cling on to the structure of what this could potentially be. But that's not how creativity works. That's not how the Renaissance era worked. And that's okay. Some of you guys are the same way. You're stepping into something, you're stepping into this new era, fixated on one thing, right? But if you notice, you're even that's going through a bit of a shift, because it's becoming this curiosity that's opening you up to a different realm of possibilities. So even if it's just one thing that you're utilizing to get you in the door, you're becoming more open to what this could potentially be. So for example, me making a commitment to my tarot and all of this, but this could potentially, become something different. This could be the start of getting more comfortable with my singing. This could be the start of getting more comfortable with my acting. Like, you never know what this is. That's the beauty of the Renaissance era. Just because something sparked it off doesn't mean like that's going to be the one flame that you're going to utilize to set this whole thing ablaze. No, the Renaissance era was a domino effect. It was a domino effect that they didn't even know started a chain reaction until after the fact. Think of think of artists think of rap groups like NWA. They just wanted to express themselves. They didn't know it was going to trickle off into different areas of the world, let alone like it becoming as big as it did. Think about Nia Long. She was just expressing herself and wanting to explore different parts of herself. She didn't know how big this was going to get, let alone, let's say her first breakout role in Love Jones, it was a flop. She didn't know that it was going to be as big as it is now. That movie actually didn't become as successful as it is now, that was like a roundabout effect. It wasn't successful at first. That came back around. And for a lot of you guys, that is the case. See, I remember channeling this message to you all before. You started things that you feel like you didn't finish. Like, I'll keep using myself as an example, right? I started this tarot channel back in 2015. And if you scroll back down to my content, hell, click the link in the bio on my page and go to my YouTube page and just scroll all the way down. There were videos that I started that my face wasn't even in. I didn't even know why I did that. I just saw other tarot readers doing it and then I did it. All I know is that I felt like I finally found a lane that allowed me to express myself and help me tap into my intuition. I'm using myself as an example because you have to understand, I started things. I have books. I have scripts. I have so many unfinished projects that I semi-released, partially released, that never fully got off the ground. But it's funny how things come full circle. Because those very same projects that I released in increments are the same things that got me noticed. The people that are following me right now, they didn't know who the hell I was. Some of these are new followers, but some of the followers that I've had since I started my channel. And then I started to create a bit of a name for myself. And then I started to become more comfortable with what I say, with my art, with my craft. And then it started off as tarot. Then it went into a podcast. Then it changed into a book. This is going to be a domino effect. You are about to step into this Renaissance era of exploring your creativity. And that is going to be the beginning stages of this new wave, this new lifestyle, unbeknownst to you. You started things that you feel like are disqualified because it isn't grand, or you didn't finish, or it didn't produce what you wanted to produce at the time. That's okay. It's a part of the process. But see, what you're about to step into is this new level of exploration that's going to spark this wave. You are going to start setting trends. Oh, this is crazy.